Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. And I just came across this article. I thought folks should know what we have missed out on when it comes to the Ben Affleck Batman movie. Because as you can see, the title of this article reads, Matt Reeves says Ben Affleck's unmade Batman film was action-driven and James Bondian. Psh. Yeah, but we ended up getting fucking the Batman, right? All right. Ben Affleck's tenure as the Batman may be over or ending, but maybe it'll never end in the mind of wishful thinking fans. Affleck is set to make his final appearance as Batman in The Flash, which will set up Michael Keaton's Batman as a new version of the character in the DCEU going forward. I highly doubt that. They're not going to have a fucking 60-plus-year-old Michael Keaton as definitive Batman of the DCEU. So whoever wrote this article, and I'm not going to scroll up to even check, they definitely don't have their facts straight. But fans love an all-consuming what if, similar to the Snyder Cut fans hoping one day they'll get a Justice League 2 or 3, inadvertently sparking more curiosity on what will surely be a legendary what if movie if filmmaker Matt Reeves, who recently discussed Ben Affleck's unmade version of the Batman. Wow. All right. In a conversation with Jeff Goldsmith and his Q&A podcast, Reeves explained the genesis of his own The Batman film starring Robert Pattinson, which came out earlier this year, while detailing how he eventually came on board the project. Reeves walked the podcaster through the origins of the film, including when he was going to potentially direct Affleck's version of the script. In doing so, he revealed some details and aspects of the intended movie. All right, let's hear it, because I've been wanting to know more about Ben Affleck's Batman, and I'm glad we're finally getting to hear some things that hopefully we haven't heard before. The movie was originally going to be directed by Ben Affleck, and the script they sent me had been written by Ben, but rewritten by another very talented writer. And when I read it, I was like, oh, I get it. Reeves explained. Who, the other writer? Must be Jeff Johns, right? It was a standalone Batman film that was centered on Ben's version of the character, but it was more action-driven than what I felt I can do. I didn't connect with the movie in terms of me as a filmmaker. It was a very James Bondian, and it was filled with a lot of set pieces. It could have been a very exciting movie for someone else to do, but it wasn't for me to do. So it was too much action for this motherfucker to create as a director? So that's why Matt Reeves passed on the fucking script? It was too much for him. And it was filled with a lot of set pieces. And I guess he couldn't handle it. Fuck, man. Matt Reeves. Come on. He could have stepped up to the occasion, but fucking failed to do so. And then we got the Batman. Fuck out of here, man. Interestingly, I think Ben wasn't so sure he wanted it because he ultimately stepped away from doing Batman altogether, he added, probably because of the choices in his life at the time and what he wanted to do. Damn. Reeves explained that he politely passed on the script and suggested he probably wasn't the right filmmaker for the job because if he were to direct a Batman movie, he wanted to do something totally different. A second-year movie about Batman learning who he is with a younger actor. Surprisingly, Warner Brothers agreed, and the rest is history. Back in 2019, cinematographer Robert Richardson, who was initially set to work on the unmade movie, had previously teased to the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast the pick who would have banked on the iconic Arkham Asylum as a setting. Man. He's going into where everybody was bad, Richardson said at the time. Man, that's the movie people wanted to see. Arkham Asylum is something Reeves gently leaned into in his Batman 2, as Irish actor Barry Koenig, whatever the fuck, briefly appeared as the Joker. That shit was horrible as fuck. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That shit was whack. Old bubble face looking Joker. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Already captured and in the facility, actor Joe Manganiello, or whatever the fuck his name is, was once cast as Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, and he confirmed plans for his DC villain to be part of the solo pick back in 2020. It was a really dark story in which Deathstroke was like a shark or a horror movie villain that was dismantling Bruce's life from the inside out, the actor said. It was this systematic thing. He killed everyone close to Bruce and destroyed his life to try to make him suffer because he felt that Bruce was responsible for something that happened to him. Wow. We'll likely never see Ben Affleck's movie at this point, but it's certainly fun for fans to dream about. Matt Reeves is attached for a sequel to the Batman that is already in early development stages alongside 2 HBO Max spin-off series. One is focused on Colin Farrell's breakout Penguin character. The villain's stellar makeup feels like a shoo-in for an Oscar nomination, and the other explores, not so coincidentally enough, the world of Arkham Asylum. Listen to the entire conversation below. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to listen to it. But I will say this. Ben Affleck knows comics. He knows better about Batman and Arkham Asylum than fucking Matt Reeves, Barbara Pattinson, and whoever the fuck they got making the Batman movie. Now, Ben Affleck would have gave us something truer to the comic books, more comic book accurate villains and everything else. I would have went for that. I watched the Batman. It was okay, but it was weird at some points. I don't know. I just wish they would have gave Ben Affleck his Batman. I'm not going to sit here and bash on Matt Reeves, the Batman, too much. But some things were cool. Some things I didn't give a fuck about. But to be honest, this wasn't the version of Batman that I wanted. I wanted what Ben Affleck had to offer, and I'll stand by that all the way to the very fucking end. Even though the movie won't get made, I don't give a fuck. That's my Batman, and that's the guy that I wanted to see in the role. But that's my take, and that's how I feel. You guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Would you have preferred to see a Ben Affleck Batman movie, James Bondian and full of action like a motherfucker, with him running through Arkham Asylum? Or would you have preferred to have gotten the Batman for Matt Reeves? Like I say, you guys let me know in the comment section below. Please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media, and I'm out. Peace.